Okay, so I wanted to share with you a device that I created called ShadowTracker. This is a paranormal device that detects directional movement of anything that passes over it. So during the daytime, it can detect shadows from, far distances away because it's actually detecting the shadow that cast over top of the piece of equipment. At nighttime, it converts over to an IR feature which detects movement that passes over top of it. That movement needs to be within a range of about 10 to 12 inches. So this is ShadowTracker. I'm going to show you how it works here. I'm going to fire it up. There's a on button right here. We click that button on, you can see that the lights light up. This is the calibration when you first turn it on. I'm going to turn a little bit to the side here. Actually this way. Okay, and right now this is at a setting, well, I'm kind of getting a little bit of shadowing effect here too because it's pretty lit in the room that I'm in. But to change the level of the sensitivity, there's a level 1, level 2, level 3, and level 4. To change those, there's a little button right here. And this button, you push down and you hold it down for, 3 to 5 seconds. You'll see all the lights light up. Right now it's at level 4. If I click it again, it's at level 1, level 2, level 3, and back to level 4. Level 4, that's the sensitivity that allows you about 10 to 12 inches away from the device, anything that passes over it. When you're at level 1, you have to be within about 2 to 3 inches, so a little bit closer to the device. You'll see off to the left here we have mode 1, mode 2, mode 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Those modes tell the LEDs how to interact with the movement that's taking place. So if I push this same button just once real quick, you'll see that it changes to the different mode settings. So on mode 1, we'll let it calibrate real quick. On mode 1, this is kind of the effect that the lights are doing. There's a little bit of a slow kind of fade to it. If we switch to mode 2, so mode 2 has a little bit longer burn, but you can see it does fade out. Mode 3, I'm just going to run through each of these real quick so you can see how they act with each mode. So mode 3, there's a little bit of a twinkle. Mode 4, there's a little bit of a burn and then quite a few more twinkles at the end of it. Then we'll go to mode 5. You see mode 5 just starts twinkling right away. And then it fades out. Here's mode 6. A little bit longer burn, I guess. Mode 7 is going to keep the lights lit up. You'll see once it calibrates here, the lights are lit up. And this feature, the lights stay lit. Obviously this uses a lot of battery consumption this way. But the lights stay lit, and whenever something passes over, it turns those lights out. I'll get down a little bit lower here. You can kind of see it's turning the lights out. But then once you leave, the lights come back on. And then we have mode 8. Mode 8 is going to give you a little bit longer burn. It looks like the lights are staying on. But you'll see here in a minute they'll start dimming and then they'll eventually go out. Okay, so that uses a little bit of battery consumption too, not as much as 7, obviously, because it's eventually burning itself out. But it does use a little bit more power because it is staying lit for quite a lengthy time there. Okay, and the other thing I wanted to show, I'm going to switch it back to mode 1 here. So I just wanted to show how these work. So there's an IR light that's constantly shooting IR light into the air, and then there's a trigger associated with each LED. What happens is when something blocks that IR light, it shoots it back down to the trigger, which in turn turns the LED on. So each one of these LEDs has its own trigger source. And so when that is tripped, then that's when that light goes off. And that's how you get the directional movement of whatever passes over it. Because as it passes over each LED, then those are turning on. If you were to think about it like kind of slow motion here, and you can kind of see the direction that something was moving when it passed over it. So this is ShadowTracker. We call it ShadowTracker ST1 because this is the first version. We have some other versions that we're planning down the road. It's me and another gentleman, Tim, that are building these devices. It's an idea I came up with about a little over a year ago. And anyway, hope you like what you see. If you have any questions, let me know. This is ShadowTracker. Thanks.